So find your space. We always start with a series of Tai Chi warm-ups and begin shaking your hands vigorously overhead. This stimulates catecholamine production in the brain, prepares the brain for learning, generally kind of wakes us up. So if you're ever, driving someplace and you get a little sleepy, do this. Just don't do both hands if you're behind the wheel. Then big circles out front, kind of looping around, and you can use your legs to kind of pump the action, just loosening up the joints. Then lift and drop the shoulders, twisting motions with your hands, shifting your weight from side to side, turning your waist, panting breath into the nose, out through the mouth. So much of what we do in our warm-ups, it's kind of almost a misnomer in the sense that so much of what we're doing is Qigong. Qigong means energy practice or energy study, and Tai Chi Chuan is a type of energy study. So most of this warm-up set are really different types of Qigong. Then swing arms, inhale up, exhale down. Swinging motions are said to bring about a sense of psychological well-being. It is suggested that it gives us the same sensation that we experienced when we were in the womb. So it makes us feel safe, secure, happy. And if you watch small children, they swing their body parts frequently during the course of the day. And then side to side, inhale to center, exhale as you swing out. You'll notice that throughout the warm-ups, we practice a great variety of breathing styles, breathing techniques. Always, in essence, those different kinds of breathing styles help us develop a stronger connection to our breath in general and begin to awaken our natural breathing that is what we really ultimately want to follow. And then turning, gently twisting. Just let your arms fall against your body. This is known as knocking on the gate of life. And when you do that, you just hope somebody's home. Then put one foot forward, rocking forward and back. What you're doing is you're trying to catch your hands on the body on a forward shift. So you rock back and forth, letting your arms swing, and you turn your waist. And in doing that, you do your best to catch your hands on the body when you shift forward each time. Then switch feet. And here, exhale every time you rock forward so that you catch your hands on the body as you exhale, kind of bouncing the hands off your body with your exhalation. Then feet in parallel, like railroad tracks. This is called the horse stance, about hip or shoulder width apart. Lengthen up to the crown, tuck your tailbone, lightly squeeze your shoulder blades together and back, sink down, inhaling. Exhale as you rock forward on the inside of the feet, plucking with your hands as you rise up on the wave to the height of your shoulders. Relax your hands as you draw in, inhaling, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Lotus palm, spreading your fingers wide as you sink into your legs and let your hands flow down. And then release the hands, inside of the foot, pluck up, outside of the foot, draw in, inhaling down. This is the beginning of most Tai Chi forms in some variation of this movement called the wave. Sometimes it's called salute to Buddha. There are different names for postures depending on where it was practiced. This is a great way to calm yourself. If you're ever agitated or upset emotionally, do this exercise. Or if physically you've done something that's very demanding, you want to regulate your breath and regulate your body. And whenever you regulate your breath, you regulate your mind. Then, tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth, and that goes for all of our Tai Chi exercises because that helps you with your balance. Put your weight on one leg, swing the other. It can start small, build up. If you need to hold on to something, feel free to do that if your balance is a little off. Exhale forward, inhale back. And the other side, root, swing, start small, build up. Your arms swing in opposition, just like you walk and run. And switch, touching in front and back with the opposite hand now, as best as possible. And the other side. And other side, both hands in front, both hands in back. Touching the leg or the foot and back. Then, inhaling, look up, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Exhaling, roll your shoulders forward. Inhale, exhale. Whenever you slow your breathing down to a 5-second modality of breath or rhythm of breath, you go into your parasympathetic portion of your nervous system, which is the rest and digest mode. And during that time, there is greater potential, excuse me, for the release of a cascade of healing chemicals in the body, like, for example, human growth hormone. Then, side to side, exhale to center, letting your shoulders sort of just roll forward slightly. Inhale to the side, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Inhale as you look out, exhale as you look forward. Then horseshoe shape from side to side. Again, exhale to center, rolling your shoulders forward. Inhale to the side, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. And then all the way around the circle, exhaling as you go forward, inhaling as you go back. Rolling your shoulders forward, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back as your head rolls back. And then the other direction. Soften the backs of the knees, tuck your tailbone, spread your toes. And then come back to neutral. Shoulders, as if you're swimming a backstroke. And in the other direction, swimming forward down with your shoulders. And as you do this, your weight shifts onto the side where the shoulder is going down. Then both shoulders, like rowing a boat, come up the front and down the back. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and forward. And all of these movements that we've been doing, where we squeeze our shoulder blades together and back and then alternately roll your shoulders forward, stimulate governing vessel or meridian, that comes up the back, that point at what's called Shen Chu, which is governing vessel 1, other direction now. And inhale, back and up, exhale, forward and down. It stimulates that point, and that point is said to basically control the transformation of oxygen going into the bloodstream through the lung exchange with the blood. Then, fists together, pull twice, palms up, high, low, low, high. Pull twice, palms up, high, low, low, high. Then fists together, turning twice with the sound of ha, 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 ha. Holding hands, offering resistance, ha, ha. Activating your central core, ha, ha, ha. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, ha, ha. And the next movement is called white crane spreads wings. The lower body does this. You step out and touch the toes lightly with the weight on the back foot. You bring the front foot in, shift onto it, and you empty step with the other foot. Draw it in, shift onto it, empty step, draw in, empty step. It's kind of like you're touching your toes to check to see if you can go into the water. It's warm enough. Then cross your hands in front. This is a starting point, but not a stopping point. The low hand comes down, and it is palm down, fingers pointing forward and fingers lifted. Raise your other hand up, palm out, fingers lifted above your head. Then draw your hands past your heart and spread your wings again. The rising hand comes up the inside, the falling hand falls out the outside. The palms turn inward at the heart and outward and downward as you spread your wings. Then step forward with your low hand side foot, and then change, forward foot, low hand on the same side, change, forward foot, low hand on the same side. In this case, exhale as you spread your wings, inhale to center. Turn your hips to square by the time you get to the wing spread. So you have square hips, diagonal, diagonal, square. Diagonal hips, square. So you turn your hips twice before you get to that squaring position. Then on the next one we do to the first side we were on, turn your body towards the front foot low hand side, palm down, fingers pointing to your bottom, high hand, palm up, fingers pointing behind you. Exhale as you spread your wings, inhale to center. Then tip your head to one side, open and close the fist on the other side and nod. All right, I'm just going to check something here. Then tip your head the other way, open and close the fist and nod. Breathing fully. Then pull one hand over, tip your head the same way, and nod again. And the other side. Then raise one hand, palm up out to the side. Point the fingers down, point the thumb back, tip your head away from the hand and nod. This dredges the large intestine meridian. So it's very helpful for overall digestion and elimination. And the other side, palm up to start, point the fingers down, rotate so the thumb points back, Tip your head away and nod. And breathe. Then focus on your rib cage. As you bring your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together and back, side, chest back, shoulders roll forward, side, chest forward, shoulders back, side, chest back, shoulders forward, side. Inhale forward, exhale back. Again, stimulating that Shen Chu point between the shoulder blades. And let's go the other direction. Then make a fist. Other hand covers it. Gently massage your center, your dantian. Make circles with your hips, like doing a slow hula. And the other direction. This is lubricating the ball joints of the hips, helps to enliven the lower back, the thighs. Then, sitting into your legs, rolling your hips like we were swimming earlier with our shoulders, we're swimming now with our hips, coming up the back and down the front, up the back and down the front. And as you do that, begin to roll a ball between your hands, carry the ball across the front, turn it over on the side. So your palms address one another throughout this exercise. Turn the ball over on the side, carry it across the front. The breathing here can be exhale as you carry the ball, inhale as you turn it over. Then go the other direction, coming up the front and down the back. Experiment with the size of the ball. It might be that the smaller ball might give you a greater sensation of like a magnetic feeling between your two hands, or it might be amplified with a bigger ball. So experiment with the size of the ball to increase your sensitivity to your chi, your energy. Everything is made of chi. Just like Einstein said, E equals mc squared. Well, the ancient Taoists had been thinking those thoughts in a different way for a long time. All matter, everything has it. And it's very alive and active in animal nature and plant nature, and especially in human beings. We become very aware of it when we concentrate on it. Then, feet together, little circles with your knees. This activates at least 6 major acupuncture points around the knee area, enlivens the ankles, lower back, the hips, and the other direction. And gently sort of stretch your spine upward while you do this. Stretch it and then relax it, stretch it and then relax it. Then circle one foot, dangle the opposite hand, press down on the knuckles with the heel of your palm. Your hand plucks up on the hand, bending the wrist to the maximum, shoulders and elbows down. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, soften the back of the leg, back of the knee of the leg you're standing on. Spread your toes on that foot and gently grip the earth. Then turn the fingers in, thumb pushing on the back of the hand by the pinky knuckle. Fingers wrap around the base of the thumb. It's called the mound of Venus. Pulling, so you twist the hand so that the pinky is closest to the body. Then as you drop the hand down to the height of your waist, your thumb slides along the bone of the hand in alignment with that bone up to the middle knuckle of each finger, folding it in towards the palm. So you have a twist of hand, bend of wrist, and folding of a finger. And once you've achieved all 4 finger stretches, dangle the hand, come underneath, thumb pushes thumb towards wrist, fingers wrap around wrist and squeeze. Now, all of these exercises that we're doing with our hands are very helpful for dealing with things like carpal tunnel syndrome, arthritic conditions, palm out, pull back, and they also all have potential martial application. Tai Chi Chuan is a type of martial art. It's known as a very soft martial art, which means we don't try to use a lot of external or brutal force, but we use a higher level of intelligence to accomplish the goal. Palm out, fingers down, pull back. And of course, in Tai Chi, philosophically, we never want to harm another person. But if someone is trying to harm us or family members or other people, defending them with the least amount of external force and only controlling the other person whose behavior is bad is what we're looking for, without even hurting them. And the other side, circle the foot, dangle the opposite hand, press down on the knuckles, pluck up on the hand itself. Then turn the fingers in, thumb pushing on the back of the hand by the pinky knuckle. Fingers come around the outside of the hand to the palm. Gently twist, drop down to the height of the waist, sliding the thumb along the bone in alignment with it up to about the middle knuckle of the corresponding finger, folding it in towards the palm. And once all 4 finger stretches have been accomplished, squeeze thumb and wrists together. Palm out, pull back. Palm out, fingers down, pull back. Now, these last 2 movements, especially, and some of these are also part of what in Tai Chi are called chin-na, or seize and control techniques. They're used for locking up the joints of an opponent. Then, patting out, you're going to stimulate and balance the body through stimulating circulation, acupuncture points and meridians, and stimulating glandular secretion. Right now, we're working on the pituitary gland in the central portion of the brain, working on the corpus callosum, which connects the 2 hemispheres of the brain and is thickened and strengthened by meditative practices and hypnosis practices. Any kind of meditation will help to strengthen this area. Back of the head. Stimulating the medulla oblongata, which is in this case responsible for the autonomic nervous system, especially the parasympathetic version, and especially respiration. Then forehead, stimulating the critical thinking factors of the brain. Executive decisions are formulated here. And I wish that a lot of people across this country would do this before they vote today, and I hope that you all vote or have voted already. Then index finger pushing the tragus, which is that little door to the ear. You close the door to the ear and tap with your middle finger. And you can do both at the same time. Two fingers, third eye, center of the forehead. Now you'll notice that this area is going to get stimulated in its circulatory function. You can see that it's already starting to get quite red. This stimulates the pineal gland in the central portion of the brain, the front. It's called the third eye because it looks like an eyeball that just did not come out. Two fingers on each hand, inside the eyebrows. Now these points that we're working on in the face are stimulating major nerve bundles as well as major arterial flow in the face, outside the eyebrows. Under the eyes, base of the nostrils, upper lip, it's part of the governing vessel, lower lip, this is part of the conception vessel, jaw, throat, working on the thyroid gland. Let out a ha sound. Ha. 2 fingers touching the thumb, grief points, center of each pectoral muscle, about as far apart as your face is wide, midway between the nipple and the collarbone. Find the most sensitive tissue there, and that's it. They're known as grief points because they tend to be very sensitive, especially when we have unresolved grief. Then 2 fingers or the same points, or even all 4 fingers, right up under the collarbones. Find the space there that's most sensitive. Then under the arm, working on the pericardium and heart points that are located in there, that region. Other side. So this is good for strengthening your heart function. And then shoulder. On the trapezius muscle, this is good for dealing with tension headaches. Everybody needs a pat on the back now and again. And also it stimulates gallbladder point and stomach point. Other side. So again, helping digestion. And whenever you're helping the digestive system, and whenever you're helping anything down there in that region, you're going to help with stimulating a proper amount of neurotransmitters. Then edge of hand between the thumb and the index. There's a stomach point right in there. Other side. Outside the arm, up to the shoulder and back down. The yang lines of the meridian system run on the outside of the arm, the back and the back of the legs. Inside, the inside of the arm, front of the body, inside and front of the legs are the yin lines of the meridian system. Outside the other arm, inside. And then thumping the thymus gland. Let out your Tarzan or Jen yell. Oh. This is where your T cells are created, the samurai of your immune system, if you will. And then kidneys, adrenals, high-pitched E sound. E. Belt channel under the ribs. Now, there are a couple of reasons we do that high-pitched E sound and make the E sound itself. The E, when you say it, you have to smile, E, right? And what that does is anytime you smile, you stimulate serotonin levels. And so that's a good thing. It makes us feel good. Center, working on your dantian. The other thing is that by frequency, the sound frequency stimulates the portion of your brain that's responsible for circulation. Now, anytime you pat your belly or hold your belly, like we've done in the past, and this just a little bit ago, it stimulates a grounding and rooting and balancing aspect in your body. Hips, close your fist at the very last moment as you strike into that inguinal crease. Bottoms. Backs of the legs and outside the legs, down, up the front and inside. Down the back of the legs, up the front. And then bottoms of the feet, sinking especially into the bubbling well point, kidney 1 in the meridian system, just behind the ball of the foot. That's said to be your energy connection for your body and the earth's energy. Then smooth it out. This is called a meridian massage. Draw the hand over the top of the arm, around the back of your head, down the center line, and store the energy in your center. Underneath. So the use of your mind and the use of your hand to gently trace the meridians helps the flow of energy in and around the body. Around the back of the head, down the center line, press in, underneath, around, down, press in. Then give yourself a big hug inside and outside of both arms, over the crown, down the back, backs of the legs, around the feet, up the front and inside, over the crown again, down the back, up the front. One more time, tracing the meridians. And then just below solar plexus, pushing in, bending over, walking your fingers down the abdomen. When you reach the bladder, pelvic region, come up on the right side of the abdomen and down on the left side. Then rubbing the belly in the same way. This helps with digestion and elimination. It's also helpful to calm the system down if you are ever agitated or if you are having trouble sleeping. This can be very helpful. Then, Indonesian hand dances. Palm up, index finger out. Palm down, index finger in. So palm up is 1, palm down is 3. Opposite palms, opposite fingers that are extended out or rolled in. Same thing with the other hand. 1 up, 3 down. 1 up, 3 down. Index out for up, index in for down. When you get both hands going, you have 1 up and 3 down simultaneously. Make sure you have a 1 palm up and a 3 palm down each time. Once you've established it, let go, turn. Reformulate. Up is 1, down is 3. Let go, turn. Up is 1, down is 3. Go only as fast as you can accomplish the deed. So going faster incorrectly is not better. That's kind of like driving your car through the garage instead of into the garage. It's not better that you went through the back wall really fast. Then, if you can, take your 1 up and put it inside the circle of the 3 down hand. Let go, reformulate, 1 up, 3 down each time. For some people, this will be a bit more challenging. For others, it'll be a little bit easier. For people who are more kinesthetic in their learning practices, this will probably be easier. For those of you who are more visual, this will be more challenging, perhaps. And for those who are more aligned with learning through their hearing, through listening, then just continue to listen to the instructions. Then, right hand, index, middle, ring, pinky. That's the cycle. Index, middle, ring, pinky. Index, middle, ring, pinky. It's like counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So the right hand always starts with the index finger. Left hand always starts with the pinky. Ring, middle, index. Over, pinky, ring, middle, index. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. When you get both hands going, palms in opposition, finger movements are opposing and complementary. So we have index on the right, pinky on the left, middle on the right, ring on the left, ring on the right, middle on the left, pinky on the right, index on the left, and then the hands turn over. Index and pinky, middle and ring and middle, pinky and index. Over. So while you go through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 movements, you are stimulating a rebalancing and new coordinating of the brain. The two hemispheres have to work together in order to do this. And so in the beginning, it can be quite challenging. Take it as slowly as is necessary to be correct. Speed is not of the essence. Precision is of the essence. Interlace the 2 circles now if you can. You still have a palm up and a palm down. Interlace the 2 circles, index and pinky, middle and ring and middle, pinky and index. Then turn. It's not about speed, it's about accuracy. Then palms turn in. For this one, you don't have to turn your hands. Palms in at all times, make fists, thumb out, pinky out. So it's the farthest finger to one side, and the farthest finger to the other side. So we have pinky and thumb and pinky and thumb and pinky. Then index finger points away. Now notice it's just the index. It's not a gun, just the thumb in. Again, just the thumb. Again, it's not like the gun shape of both fingers. That would be too easy. So it's just the index away, just the thumb in. Index away, thumb in. Same thing with the other hand. Thumb in, index away. Thumb in, index away. So these exercises, now we get both hands going, index away and thumb in simultaneously, only one finger out from either fist, thumb points in, index points away. So these Indonesian hand dances all have something in common in the sense that they are all creating new neurological pathways to the brain. They're increasing synaptic connection. And the more synaptic connection you have with your body, from your brain to your body and vice versa, the more you are able to control both physically and mentally. It's not that you won't have less stress, it will be that you can handle stress better, so it will feel like less stress. Then, if you can, start at the top, make a square. Bring one hand close to your body, so it's a near-far, not a left-right movement. So near-far, drop them both simultaneously, switch positions, raise them simultaneously, switch positions, sink, switch, rise, switch, then start to round off the edges so that your hands are going around a sphere. The hands meet at the North Pole, they're far apart at the equator, and they meet at the South Pole. They both rise at the same time, they both fall at the same time. They move from the equator towards each other at the same time, and from the poles, they move away from each other to the equator at the same time. Then if you can, turn your hands at the top and at the bottom so that your palms address one another around the sphere. Now you'll notice turning your body will help you with the maneuver because as the shoulder goes forward, it sends the arm away. As the shoulder retreats, it draws the hand close to the body. Then, heel-toe opposition. Avoid shifting your weight from side to side. Notice that my perspective is changing. You can see my head moving from side to side. You don't want that. You want to keep your head relatively still. And as you turn on your central axis, your head stays still, but you have a shoulder forward and a shoulder back. The shoulder forward lifts the heel on that side. The shoulder back lifts the toes on that side. And then you switch. Heel-toe opposition. So as you turn on your central axis, your footwork is aligning with the movement of your upper body. And in Tai Chi, we're always working towards having a harmony between our hands and feet, knees and elbows, shoulders and hips, head and pelvis. They're known as the 8 harmonies. Good. Now, sometimes we'll go ahead and do a whole connection with that, but let's just check in and see if there are any questions on any of that. So does anybody have any questions about any of the work that we've done so far in those warm-ups? Or observations, how you feel after just doing the warm-ups?
They feel very good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, really nice.
Okay, so partly what happens is you're stimulating such a gentle transformation of your energy system's functionality, as well as the secretion of so many of your glandular system, so much of your endocrine system, as well as stimulating your circulation, so that your muscles, with so much of what we've done, have been stimulated, the joints have been lubricated. So we do these warm-ups so that now we're ready to already be in a pretty good state before we go into our Tai Chi forms, whichever forms we decide, or Qigong forms, whichever we decide to go into. Okay, so let's now focus on some aspect of Tai Chi. And I think today what I'd like to play with is a set called the 5 elements. There are 2 main theories that make up Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi Chuan translates, by the way, Tai can mean peace, Chi can mean breath or energy, Chuan can mean fist, literally, martial arts system generally, or more esoterically, self-control. So Tai Chi, when they're combined, Tai Chi means grand polarity, means yin yang. So mutually arising inseparability. So Tai Chi means the great extremes. And so what Tai Chi Chuan can mean is controlling yourself under extreme circumstances. Okay, so that's the way I like to look at it. Now, this set was developed by one of my teachers, Chung Leong Al Huang, who wrote a wonderful book called Embrace Tiger, Return to Mountain. Highly recommended. I don't think it's in print anymore, but you can certainly get it online. And it's a great book that kind of describes a lot of aspects of Tai Chi. It's a really lovely book. It was the first Tai Chi book that I ever read. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to play with this movement, and I'm going to start facing you because it's done from a facing position. Put your feet in parallel, about hip width or shoulder width apart. Spread your toes, soften the backs of the knees, tuck your tailbone to support your internal organs with your pelvic bowl. Lightly squeeze your shoulder blades together and back to start. Tuck your chin, lengthen up to the crown. Create a dove's egg under each arm. Now, what you're going to do is simply this. You're going to place your hands at your hips at the inguinal crease, and you're going to put your hands into pluck, which means all 4 fingers are going to touch the thumb. It's sometimes called the Buddha's hand or the crane's beak. Okay? So that's pluck, and it can be done in any different direction. Okay? So starting there, you sink down, and then you gather, pointing your fingertips back, roll your shoulders forward. The weight is inclined forward. You gather to the point where your wrists are in front of your shoulders, then release your fingertips and point them to each other, thumbs down. Rotate your hands, elbows, and shoulders, and pluck as you sink into your legs and draw down into your hips, into the squatting position at about 135-degree angle of knees, legs. Then gather, exhaling forward, hollowing the chest. Rotate your hands. Inhale as you come in and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and back, stimulating that Shen Chu point. Gather, exhaling. Release the fingers. Rotate the hands. Inhaling, pluck in. Exhale to a count of 5 approximately. Inhale to a count of 5 approximately. So I'll count it out for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, when we go this slowly with our breath, it alters the release of chemicals into the body like human growth hormone, which does a vast amount of healing in the body. Inside of the foot forward, plucking with your hands. Outside of the foot, like your hands are doing the same thing that your feet are doing. Inside of the foot, forward to the toes, like your fingers are touching the thumb, and then rotate the hands, go to the outside edge of the foot, draw into center. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Good. Now, that's the beginning of the set. The next movement is called Kai Shing, Kaihsing in English writing. So it means opening heart, opening mind. Okay, so you're going to step back from that gathering motion, and how that happens is when we've gathered, we do it 3 times, and on the 3rd time, one hand goes over the top of the other, and it's like you're giving yourself kind of a hug, if you will. And then your arms will stretch out to the sides, palms out, fingers lifted, squeezing your shoulder blades together in back. Okay? So that's what the upper body is doing. The lower body is going to be focused on stepping back, but you want to do it not by sort of just stepping back like this and then shifting. It's not the foot that leads you back, it's your center that leads you back. So it's as if someone is going to push in your center. So for right now, let that be you. Just put your fingertips on your dantian and around that area and push back. And then step back, let's say with your right leg. So push back and then step back, okay? And when you step back, you're going to step back so your back foot points to the corner, and you step back basically in alignment with where your foot was. So avoid stepping behind your other foot, going diagonally with that foot for right now. You step back basically in that alignment. So when you're doing that, you also are going to turn your waist so that as you gather and you step back, you turn your waist towards the back foot, and then you can draw the front foot in as you stretch your hands out to the side. So what that would look like here is this. You gather. Let's say this is the 3rd. You cross over. In this case, when I step back right, my right hand is underneath. I start to go back, and then my hip goes back, and then my arms are starting to spread out, and I draw the front foot in for that stretch. And the front foot just comes into that cat stance, or what's called a false stance. So in other words, I don't have any weight on that front foot. Okay? I'm going to turn around the other way so that you can follow me from a kind of where you might be in a classroom circumstance. So feet in parallel, squat down, gather. We'll do this 3 times. Rotate your hands, pull in the center, sinking. Exhale, gather. Rotate your hands, squatting, pull into center. Gather, right hand over left, stepping back right, turning the hips, and then squaring to the front, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Cat stance with your left foot. Good. Let's do that again. Sink down, gather, rotate your hands, draw into center. Exhaling forward, rotate your hands, draw into center. Gather, right hand over left, stepping back from your center, turning, square. Good. And again, sink, gather, rotate, inhale. Exhale, gather, rotate, draw in. Exhale, right hand over left, stepping back right, Tai Chi. Good. Okay, now we do this on both sides, so let's go ahead and balance ourselves by doing it by stepping back with your left foot now. So, feet in parallel, squat down, gather, exhaling, hollowing the chest, rotate the hands, inhale, plucking in, sinking down. Exhale, gather, inhale, pluck in, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Gather a 3rd time, left hand over right, stepping back left, Tai Chi. Good. And again, squat, gather, exhaling. Inhale, draw it around the circle and squatting. Exhale, gather. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, gather. Left hand over, stepping back left. Tai Chi. Good. Now, let's go back to the right side. And the movement now, I'm going to face you. The movement now, after you've done Tai Chi, is called Wings of Eagles. And on Wings of Eagles, you have two hand positions that will formulate. The rising hand is a pluck. We've done that already. The lowering hand is a lotus palm, and you spread your fingers wide as your hand comes down. So that's like the wings of the feathers at the end of your wings. So what happens here is the rising hand, falling hand are different. Pluck up, lotus palm down, okay? Now, the weight will be shifting forward and back, okay? Ultimately, we do 3 shifts. We're going to do more than that so we have a little time to practice it. So I'm going to face you. I'm going to step back with my left foot. You step back with your right foot so that we'll be mirroring each other, okay? So I'm going to step back on this side, but if you're facing me like this, you'd be stepping back with your right side. So it'll be like facing a mirror, okay? So let's start right from the beginning. Squat down, gather, draw into center, squatting. Exhale, rotate, inhale, squatting. Exhale, gather, crossing, stepping back, Tai Chi. Then, as you shift forward, that hand goes down with lotus, the rising hand plucks up. Where the weight goes, that hand goes down. Then the lower hand will turn palm up, the higher hand will turn palm up. So it creates almost the shape of the yin-yang symbol with your arms. Then pluck up, lotus palm down, shifting back, turn your body towards the rising hand, palms up. Shifting forward, turn your body towards the rising hand, palms turn up. Shift back, turning your body towards the rising hand, palms up. Lotus palm, fingers spread wide on the way down, pluck hand, fingers touching all 4 fingers to the thumb, palms up. Inhale as you go back, palms up. Exhale as you go forward, palms up. Good. Now we do this also on the other side. So we'll be stepping back with the left foot now, and I'm going to mirror for you. So I'm going to be stepping back with my right, but you'll be stepping back with your left. Okay, so from the top, squatting down, gather, rotate the hands, inhale as you pluck into your hips, squatting. Exhale, gather, point the fingers to each other, rotate the hands, squat, inhale. Third one, gather, over the top, stepping back, Tai Chi, cat stance. Then pluck up, lotus palm down. Where the weight goes, that hand goes down, palms up. Shifting back, lowering that hand. Look at the rising hand, palms up. Follow with your eyesight the rising hand, palms up. Shifting back, turning your waist towards the front foot, turning your waist towards the back foot as it empties. So you turn your body towards the emptying foot. Exhale forward, inhale back. Lotus palm down, pluck hand up, palms up. Inhale back, Exhale, forward. Good. Now, I'm going to turn away, and we're going to go through from the top. Okay, and we'll do both sides. So we'll start by stepping back with your right foot. Okay, and squatting down, pluck hands, inhale. Exhale, gather, hollowing your chest, weight forward on the toes, rotate your hands, outside edge of the foot, pluck in and down, sinking into your heels, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Exhale, forward on the toes, rotate your hands, outside edge of the foot, inhale, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back as you sink into your heel. Exhale, gather, right hand over left, stepping back right, Tai Chi. Then wings of eagles, shifting forward, lotus palm down, turn to your pluck hand up, palms to the sky. Shifting back, inhaling, watch the pluck hand up, palms to the sky. Shifting forward, watch the pluck hand, palms up, shifting back, pluck hand up. Good. Now, ultimately, we only do that shift 3 times, but we repeat it a little bit more. Let's do on the other side now. Feet in parallel. Inhale as you squat. Exhale as you gather. Rotate your hands, outside edge of the foot. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you sink, inhaling. Exhale, gather with pluck hands. Rotate your hands, lotus palm. Inhale, pluck hands, sink. Exhale, gather. Left hand over right, stepping back left, Tai Chi. Wings of eagles, pluck hand on the rising side, weight shifting back, pluck hand is the side you look towards. Lotus palm down, you turn away from the lotus, look towards the pluck. Shifting back, inhaling. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back. Good. All right. Well, we got a pretty good number of postures in there to play with. Let's check in and see how everybody is doing, what your physical sensations are. How do you feel? What happened for you?
I feel very relaxed.
Yes, good. You feel energized at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, interesting, right? That's Tai Chi. You'll feel energized and relaxed simultaneously. That's called Sung. I hope that this work that we did this morning was very helpful for you. These movements can be very, very, very supportive if you're having any kind of, as I said, emotional or physical excess that's causing you difficulty. And so play with them, you know, don't worry about being right or wrong, just play with them. Okay. Good. All right. Well, are there any questions? Honoring yourself, honoring others as yourself. Right hand fist, because you got to have that good, strong, yang energy to survive in this world. But then it's the softness of the yin hand, the openness of the innocence of a child that allows things to be even more dynamic. And we say thank you in Chinese because that's where Tai Chi and Qigong had its beginnings. So we say, 谢谢, 谢谢. Then we have 3 slow claps. The first clap is for the masters, hard workers who brought this knowledge down from thousands of years back. The second is for the students' hard work, all the students who then, because masters had to be students first. And then third, for all sentient life, wherever we encounter the life force, we grant it respect and thereby we garner respect. So 3 slow claps. Then I always finish with ancient caveman speech because so much of this was developed in ancient caves. So we say, yabba dabba doo.